What I find with channels, is that there's, the channel might be okay when they're off with their guidance, but when they get in a group of people, what can happen, or at least according to the way I perceive it, is that the stuff that always happens. The process of projection comes in and screens what's trying to come through the channel. And so you get this reduced to then, somebody laying a trip about somebody else's problems. And so if you have a suggestion about how to heal that kind of thing,
How to heal that in the channel, or how to heal that when it happens to someone?
Yeah, how to heal that in a group.
Excuse me. Isn't that a safety net? You were talking about expanding your ego and expanding your ego. I think the way with conscious channeling especially, the way it comes through is your gift. It is you interpreting whatever the energy or forces or entities choose to pass through.
Right. So that's very good. When this phenomenon that's nowadays called channeling, okay, and this was part of ancient Hawaiian practice too, but this phenomenon is exactly what was said. It is you interpreting, consciously or subconsciously, whatever it is you're tuned into. Okay? Now, if this comes out, and because of the dynamics of the group, and it does happen, particular, how can I put this, particular ways of looking at things are told to people in the group, ways of looking at things that might even be diminish their sense of power or effectiveness. For instance, especially if you get a channel talking about how the world is going to end and turn over and get rid of all of your worldly goods and move to Arizona and give everything else to me. That kind of channeling, okay? Or any kind of channeling which generates fear is a projection of the fear of the person channeling. Okay? Whether we like it or not, it does happen from time to time. And so how can you help that is, I think, what the basic question is. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you kind of salvage the group out of this?
Okay, the way you salvage the group is you take them after this to another workshop in which you teach totally unrelated, you teach them self-confidence techniques and how to evaluate information that comes in from whatever source. From their boss, from their family, from channels, you could just throw that one in. Teach them some self-confidence, okay? Now, in the process, you can start putting out that, because we have the idea that we always have telepathic communication. You can put out the idea, if you want to, that, okay, listen to this. This is somebody's idea. I don't care how great a spirit there is, or say if they're the ultimate commander of the fifth part of the Milky Way galaxy. So I didn't give them that authority. Okay? This is their idea about things. And so you can thank them for sharing their ideas about things. But it's people who have a very low self-esteem and a very low self-confidence, who are feeling high anxiety, frustration, don't know what to do, are seeking an authority to tell them. And as we know from human history, they'll take the nearest available person who speaks with any measure of authority, regardless of what it is. The more you can give them a sense of relaxation, of confidence, of their right to evaluate and choose, then they may derive some good from that. Okay? They may do it anyway.
Yeah, the purpose of my question was not to put down channeling.
No, of course.
The reason why I've chosen to have some kind of relationship with these people in the process is because I find real information coming through.
Right, right.
Useful information. And so it's just, I'm just trying to, how
Okay.
do we make this better?
Well, I think the way to make it better is to help people realize, help them increase their confidence and self-esteem, and help them realize that the channel is simply another source of information, and that they have the right to both evaluate and use that information in the best way for them. But they don't have to accept all of it as the only truth.